Welcome to another CubeTech video. This is AutoCAD Basics tutorial number 2. Today we are going to be covering units, dimensions, drawing parallel lines, drawing perpendicular lines. Let's go ahead and get started with the units command. Type in units, hit spacebar. You have your length type, your angle type, your precision on length, and your precision on angle. You want to keep this in a clockwise direction so you can calculate your angles in that direction. Length, you have a variety of choices: architectural, decimal, engineering, fractional, and scientific, but for this tutorial we'll keep it at decimal. Precision, I usually keep it to the 100th place. Now the angle type, you want to keep it in degrees, minutes, and seconds. You can do decimal degrees, grads, radians, surveyors, units. We'll do degrees, minutes, and seconds for this tutorial. Your precision, I keep that at 100th place as well. And we'll do unitless for this tutorial, but you have different choices such as inches, feet, US survey feet, miles, millimeters, centimeters, and so on. Hit OK. Now, you want to type in SE, and you'll have your settings, space bar. Now you have different tabs here. You have your snap and grid, your polar tracking, your object snap, your dynamic input, quick properties, and selection cycling. Out of all these tabs, I usually mess with the object snap. Now you have your endpoint, midpoint, center, geometric center, and so on. We'll do endpoint, midpoint, and we'll do center, as well as nearest for this tutorial, and intersection as well. Hit OK. Now let's go ahead and type in PL for polyline spacebar. Choose a starting point. You got your polyline there. We're going to do a parallel polyline, PL. Choose your starting point. Now you're going to type in PAR. Hit spacebar. You're going to hover over the line that you want to be parallel to. You can see how a green crosshair appears. Just hover over wherever you think your line will be parallel. There it is, kind of locks into that dashed red, that dashed green line. There it is. Hit escape. Now you have your parallel line. You want to do a perpendicular line, do PL. Hit the space bar, specify your starting point. Type in PER for perpendicular, hit the space bar, and just hover over the line you want to be perpendicular to. There. Now to dimension this and show your angle, you're going to type in DIMANG. Hit the space bar. You're going to select your first line, select your second line, and you have your 90 degrees. Now for dimensioning between two lines such as these, you're going to do And this is just to show the distance. You're going to do DIM, align, hit the space bar. That's your nearest object snap, kind of activating there. So you can just choose any point along the line. You're going to do PER for perpendicular. Hit the space bar. You're going to hover over that line and see how that perpendicular symbol appears. Just click anywhere there. And it's showing just the distance between those two polylines. Now, if you want to edit your dimensions there, your angle dimension and your distance dimension, you type in DIM STYLE for that's dim style, the space bar. Now your current style is set at standard. You want to hit modify. And you have different tabs here. You got your lines, symbols, and arrows, text, fit, primary units, alternate units, and tolerances. We want to mess with the text size, so we're going to hit text. And we will do, let's see, we're going to do text height, set that to a 2, just so you can see how it changes. Hit OK. And just watch what happens there. Hit set current and hit close. See how it got bigger? You want to go back to dim style, space bar, go to modify. You want to make that smaller, go to 0.1 and let's go to the primary units tab. Now here you can choose a prefix or a suffix. We're going to choose a suffix. We're going to do the little apostrophe there. So that will represent feet. And precision, we're going to do it to 100th place. And for your angular dimensions, we're going to do the same thing, degrees, minutes, and seconds. Set it to 100th place. Hit OK. And see how it changes once you hit close. There it is. Now, what we did earlier for when we typed in units, this was only to mess with it's whenever you dimension your objects, which what I mean by that is, let's do cancel that. What I mean by that is when you do distance, hit spacebar, so do DI again, spacebar, and kind of do a dimension there, do perpendicular to that. And you see how the distance appears down here at the bottom? If that disappears and you want to bring that window back up, just hit F2. And see you got that distance there at 7.27. And you can also do measure geometry. Let's draw two polylines real quick that are not 90 degrees so we can see how that works. Polyline. Type in measure. Geom. Go down to that, hit the space bar. and it'll measure everything at once. So you can see there, you have your angle for those two polylines, and you got your distances on the side. But it'll just show you, it's not that you can do much with it. You can't label that. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next tutorial.